The news reports that the cash in circulation has surged by over 500 billion since the pandemic. And in fact, the cash in circulation is over $2.3 trillion. Let's break down what is cash in circulation, what do banks have to do when there are large transactions in cash, and how might that show up on your SIE exam. Now, when we talk about cash in circulation or currency in circulation, we're talking about the amount of US dollars that are out there in the world. And as of the end of 2023, there was over $2.3 trillion of our currency circulating. That's twice as much. It's doubled in the past 10 years, and it's quadrupled over the past 20 years. Now, why is that? That's because people want worldwide, both in the United States and abroad, to hold US currency. They think it's safe. They think it's going to retain its value. They want it. And that's in the face of a lot of people buying stuff on credit. So we're not actually using as much cash to buy goods and services. People are buying it and storing it. Now, the way that that currency comes into existence is that the Federal Reserve Board actually orders the currency from the Bureau of Engraving and Printing to meet demand. So as people and businesses in the communities, in the country say, we want US dollars, they go to their local banks and take those dollars out. Those local banks go to their Federal Reserve Bank and get more cash. And so as the demand for dollars goes up, these two entities are involved in ensuring that there's supply for the ultimate end consumers. Now, the other thing that you want to know about currency is that when there are transactions in currency, banks and other financial institutions like broker-dealers have to report certain types of transactions in currency and other assets that are greater than $10,000 in a single day. You can see the law there on the right-hand side that lays this out. And the way that these reports get produced is using what's called the Currency Transaction Report, or FinCEN Form 104. If you had a small business that got paid in a lot of cash, if you sold your car for cash and you tried to make a deposit of it, your bank very well might hand you that piece of paper right there and say, hey, we need you to fill this out. We need you to tell us, where did that money come from? And a couple things that are interesting about the CTR is that you get to know about it. They ask you, if you flip over on this form, page 2, it'd say, where did the money come from? Because the government's trying to track, hey, are these illegal or illicit funds? Did you get it from legitimate business? Did you receive a gift? Did you engage in a sale of some kind? And you're allowed to write down whatever you want, however you came into the money. It's not bad to complete and file a CTR. If you talk to owners of small businesses who deal with a lot of cash, they might fill one of these out every week. Maybe you run a bar. Maybe you have another kind of business that gets paid in cash. And then the banks file these with FinCEN, the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, one of my favorite government names, Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. Sounds like a cartoon, doesn't it? The Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. And then they will track that to ensure that there's a legitimacy to the funds that are being deposited. Now, how is this going to show up maybe on your SIE exam? Well, let's break down a practice question together. So which of the following scenarios would require the filing of a currency transaction report with the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network? As we always do, I want you to read through each of the answer choices, analyze which one is right and which ones are wrong and why are they wrong. Mark on your page, mark in your mind, what do you think is the best answer? I really want you to commit. Once you've done so, unpause the video and then I'll break it down with you. All right, have you had a chance to do so? Which one is going to trigger a CTR? Well, I hope that you landed on choice A, that a customer deposits $5,000 in cash and a $6,000 money order into their account in one business day. In choice A, we exceeded the threshold. It's more than $10,000. And the manner of the deposit, that it was cash, untraceable, and a money order, untraceable, trigger the CTR. We need to have both of those things, more than 10,000 and funds that are anonymous, funds that are untraceable. That's why the CTR form says, hey, where'd you get the money? In each of the other choices, we don't have both of those variables. In B, we did transfer more than $10,000. We have $12,000. But where did that money come from? Well, it came from the savings account to the checking account. So if investigators need to be like, hey, where'd that money come from? They'd be like, oh, well, there was $12,000 coming in from the savings account. So they can trace that. C, a customer deposits a $15,000 check received from a stock sale into their account. All right, so in this case, we did exceed the $10,000, but could we trace those funds? Sure, we could trace those funds. We'd see the $15,000 deposit, and we'd say, where'd that money come from? Oh, well, there's a check. It came from this or that broker dealer that facilitated the stock sale for the customer. And in choice D, client invests $20,000 in a mutual fund through a bank check. Well, that bank check is going to have an indication of whose account it was drawn on. So in that regard, you would be able to identify where the funds came from. What's your SIE takeaway? CTR is triggered by cash or cash equivalents. Think anonymous kinds of money in excess of $10,000 in a single day. Thanks so much for watching. Can't wait to see you in the next one when we break down another SIE topic in the news together.